ain't sleeping till Hollywood, Hollywood. We ain't sleeping. And we're back from a long hiatus.
Go ahead now.
I am Caleb McDonald.
And I am Gaelyn Smith.
And you're listening to No Sleep Till Hollywood. We're not sleeping until we make it in Hollywood. And while we're up, we will be discussing the state of the industry and our place in it. You know.
And y'all, as you know, it is a few days after Halloween by the time you guys are hearing this. And usually this would be our annual Halloween episode. Except for the fact that if you've noticed, if you're watching, we are not wearing any costumes. You want to know why we're not wearing any costumes? Because at the time that we're recording this, the SAG-AFTRA strike is still going. And as a part of the SAG-AFTRA strike, we cannot promote struck work. And dressing up as a character from your favorite television or movie series, television series, movie show, y'all know what the words are, that is considered promoting struck work. So this is a very Hollywood Halloween.
Right, because before Halloween even began, SAG-AFTRA did release a flyer with strike-friendly tips. And so where, it was kind of in the air, what can we do for Halloween? SAG-AFTRA made it clear, please do not wear costumes that promote struck work. So any members, any hopefuls, any influencers should have taken the hint.
A lot of people didn't.
A lot of people didn't.
We'll get into that in a second, but it's a whole lot of people that I know for a fact are SAG who was proudly posting these struck costumes.
Because here's the thing. If you want to dress up as, I don't know, a certain blockbuster that came out this year, go ahead. Right. You don't have to post pictures of it.
You don't have to post pictures.
You don't have to promote that. Do
but
something.
The posting is where I genuinely, here's the thing, and this is kind of what Caleb and I have been discussing the entirety of the strike, is that I just feel like doing it, whether you post it or not, is still considered struck work. Like I just feel like that is still like a violation. And so I personally have been staying away from things. Now y'all know, if y'all follow me on TikTok, there was a particular movie that came out this year, and I have a particular piece of memorabilia from said movie, and I was so ready to dress up as that thing for Halloween. But when I saw this flyer, I said, you know what? Another time. So if y'all see me, like when the strike is over and y'all see me posting these random pictures and it's like Halloween costume, but it's like Valentine's Day, I don't want no smoke about it, okay? Pretend it's October 31st and respect my post.
Right, because when I first saw the costume guidelines, right, it made sense to me on a number of levels. One, yeah, if you dress up, you're promoting that struck work. Two, if you buy the costume, you're giving money to the entity that owns the IP, intellectual property. So it's just like, for a number of reasons, this makes sense. And also, let's not forget, Halloween, the possibilities are endless. You could literally dress as anything you want. We'll get into
we're being hyperbolic by not wearing any costumes, but like there are so many things you could do. You could be a doctor. You could be a firefighter. You could be a fairy.
A vampire.
A vampire. You could be a zombie.
You don't have to be specific. And you can even have fun. The president of your own world,
You could literally be the president of your own world. You could even be a past president.
But
I don't know how many of them you really want to be for Halloween, but that's your business.
Right. And as with any strike, SAG also did make the statement, let's use our collective power to send a loud and clear message to our struck employers that we will not promote their content without a fair contract.
So I want to just really quickly, for anybody, if you're watching this, we will probably put this graphic on the screen somehow. But if you're not watching this and you haven't seen the flyer, I want to read out what specifically SAG-AFTRA has said. Make Halloween a scream, all caps, with these SAG-AFTRA strike-friendly tips and tricks. I thought that was a cute pun, but that's just me. They said, if you're looking for guidance on how to celebrate Halloween this year while also staying in solidarity with the TV slash theatrical slash streaming strike, you've come to the right place. Choose costumes inspired by generalized characters and figures, i.e., ghost, zombie, spiders, etc. Don't post photos of costumes inspired by struck content to social media. Dress up as characters from non struck content like an animated TV show. Let's use our collective power, as Caleb just said out loud. So basically, these were very clear, right? I think it was very easy to follow. There were some folks who were grumpy with this, and they outwardly came out against it. I can't think of the specific celebrity. There were a couple celebrities who were like, "Oh yeah, so when my 8-year-old puts on a Barbie costume or whatever, I'm gonna call them a scab."
Ryan Reynolds.
And Ryan Reynolds, thank you. And SAG-AFTRA was like, "Okay, obviously we don't mean non we don't mean non-acting children. Like you're a regular everyday, like your kids, what they do is not our business. But if you are an actor who is in SAG, you're a SAG hopeful, or you're an influencer who part of your job is being paid to promote content, then stay away from those specific things."
Right, because some actors, as you said, thought that the guidelines were too strict or
Right.
even infantile, as the former president, Melissa Gilbert, used that exact word, infantile. And
Yeah.
so they just disregarded the guidelines. And my favorite one, oh, she
Ooh,
she couldn't wait to do it. Oh my
go ahead.
gosh.
Talk about it.
So, couple MGK
Mm.
and Megan Fox,
Both SAG.
both
Because
SAG,
MGK done been in a couple movies, child.
and they were in his movie together, which,
They were in his movie together.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of the movie he did with the black director
I
and the
mean,
black girl. That's the
they
one I was thinking
they
of.
both have done a couple, but the fact that like
Well,
after
because Megan Fox is an actor. We're not gonna play her.
yeah, yeah.
She
Oh,
did some things.
she did some things.
She's
Um,
she's done some work.
that being said, a movie that she did not act in, but decided to
Hmm.
dress up as,
Hmm.
she decided to dress up as Beatrix Kiddo, and he as Gogo Yubari from a Quentin Tarantino film. And
2003.
she posted this before Halloween, right?
Whew.
Posted in costume, and if posting it wasn't enough, she tagged SAG-AFTRA.
My God, today. I want y'all to know that No Child Left Behind has left behind many. So Lisa Ann Walters, who's on a very popular sitcom that has won very many Emmys, she is on the SAG-AFTRA negotiating committee, and so she responded to Megan Fox's shenanigans and basically dragged her. But one of the things that a lot of folks have pointed out, to include Lisa Ann Walters, is like, where has Megan Fox been in terms of support for the SAG-AFTRA strike? She has not been to the picket lines. She ain't tweeted or posted anything about it, either in support or solidarity or an advocation. Like, she literally is just somebody who's going to benefit from all of the work, even though she's going to sit up here and antagonize and disrespect people. And one of the things that I don't think people are understanding, similarly to like if you're on a diversity team at your job or at a college or university, people are not getting paid as a part of the negotiating committee for SAG-AFTRA. So they are putting in so many hours talking to lawyers, talking to members, talking to the streamers and the AMPTP when they have those meetings, that are not being paid just to advocate for the collective benefit of all current members and all future members of SAG-AFTRA. So the fact that it's one thing, because there's a couple people we're going to talk about as well who posted their pictures, but to tag SAG-AFTRA when you've literally been silent for over 100 days, bro, I
My
don't like
God.
her no more. I don't like her no more.
And it would have been one thing if this was a couple years ago, because not many people may know, but Megan Fox definitely has had a hard time with Hollywood.
Right.
Especially since young, she's talked about it. Like it's a very big thing in her life.
Yes.
But as someone who's definitely had her comeback, is in her comeback, it is sad to see.
It's disheartening. I will say another one that really did disappoint, feels like such a heavy word, but I guess that is the correct word for what I'm feeling, is Halle Bailey and that man that she dates. I'm not even gonna say his name, that man that she dates. They did some couples costumes this year, and on the plus side of a costume that they did well, that I think was fine, I loved them as Bobby and Whitney. I thought that was so cute. It was so funny, especially with the fact that like we all have a disdain for him in the same way a lot of people had a disdain for Bobby Brown. I think that like that was a great couple's costume. Love it. Amazing. You got it. Now, what I didn't like is that she and that man dressed up as Justice and Lucky from John Singleton's 1993 film. Now, with this costume, Justice was played by Janet Jackson, Lucky was played by Tupac. Everybody's always saying how Halle Bailey looked like Janet Jackson. And if there was a biopic to be made, people are always saying she's a front runner. Where the issue comes up with people dressing up as movie characters, especially movie characters of celebrities in that sense, movie characters played by prominent celebrities, is that oftentimes these photo shoots that you see artists and celebrities and actors posting, yes, they're sometimes cool editorial shots, but they're also a part of a long-term strategy to pitch themselves in ways that Hollywood may not be seeing them. So like if I wanted to all of a sudden, like let's say I've been a child actor and I've been playing a lot of really nice, sweet kitty roles, and now I was trying to go off and, you know, play more adult things, I might now start posting photo shoots where I'm a vampire, or I might do a photo shoot where I'm a grumpy housewife in lingerie. Like you kind of can use those photos to help people begin to see you in the ways they might cast you. So Halle Bailey dressing up as a specific movie character played by a prominent actor and musician, Janet Jackson, in some ways could be seen as you pitching to play Janet Jackson in the biopic, which is a problem for two reasons. You're promoting the struck work of the film, the John Singleton 1993 film, but you're also pitching and you're pitching content at a time when you also should not be giving the studios any content to run off with. And so I was just very disappointed because, like, Halle girl, you possibly about to be up for an Oscar this year. Why would you jeopardize, create controversy, tension around your Oscars campaign when you literally are on track to do something incredible, and you have another movie coming out at the end of this year that probably could put you in Oscar contention for next year? Why would you do this?
Yeah, and what upsets me the most is the fact that you did Bobby and Whitney.
Right.
Why wasn't one Halloween costume enough for this time right now? Like that's what's mind-boggling to me. Like you were safe and decided to push it up a notch. I mean, I could see if they went as Tupac and Jada.
Right. You could have done Tupac and Jada. You could have done Tupac and Faith Evans.
Janet and Michael.
Done Janet and Michael. Well, I mean, they're
No,
dating.
they couldn't.
That
No,
would
they
weird.
couldn't. Yeah. I just
maybe not. You could have been Janet and Jermaine Dupri. Shoot, they could have been Ashanti and Nelly, because she kind of looked like Ashanti too.
But no, she
should have called me. Halle girl, why didn't you call me? I would have told you this. But then again, her sister dressed up as Catwoman. So
yeah, she also dressed up as Mrs. Incredible.
I saw that, but that's at least animated work. That's at least animated, so that's not covered. I was like, that one was cute, but Catwoman, why would you do that, girl?
Miss Scab, if you nasty. One.
Oh my god.
One that
Caleb, that might be like top 10 things you said on the podcast.
Top 10?
I think that's top 5, maybe even top 3. Without like going back and watching everything, that's definitely top 5.
Gotta put the compilation.
I know, somebody do a compilation. Craziest shit said by.
One of the biggest ones that are definitely controversial and something to talk about. Diddy.
Whoo.
Now, last year he did an amazing Joker. Apparently, it was too amazing because Warner Brothers themselves sent him a cease and desist.
They said, "Don't do that shit again."
They said, "Don't you dare!" And the thing is, it was calm. It
was so good though. I think it's because he was running around the streets of LA, causing havoc. Because you saw the video where Tyler the Creator was driving in the car and he said, "Nigga, is that Diddy?"
But that's just like a casual, like, it's...
That was so... If y'all have not seen that video, that video brings me a unique joy that I cannot explain. I think it's because I'm also unhinged, but it brings me a joy.
That being said, compared to last year's calm costume that he just had fun in, Oh, this year he took it up a notch. He said,
What I
"Oh,
love is that he said, "Y'all go low and I'm going to hell."
he dressed up as the Darkest Knight."
Mm,
That
mm.
is a reference to a certain film with a popular IP, and
I feel like you have to say the character in that sense because it's a character in a movie. I feel like you can say the
yeah,
character.
and it's a comic character. Okay, so
Yeah.
he dressed up as Batman. It was a
Mhm.
Batman parody.
Right, but he did use the title, his character specifically in the title of what Caleb's about to say is The Darkest Night, which obviously is a direct play on the 20, what is that, 10 film,
2008.
2008 film.
Um, and so in this video, he is very much the caped crusader, uh, running through the night, and he runs into this executive's office. End the strike now. End the strike now.
Hold on, Caleb. You ain't going. You got to. He cleared the desk,
Oh
threw
yeah,
them on the desk, and said, "In the strike now."
yep. And by the end of the short little film, sure enough, the strike ended thanks to the Darkest Night.
I want to point out that the little boy in this project, whoever this little baby was, who was like, "They told you that they don't believe in you. You got to go harder." Whoever this little baby is, I'm proud of him. I love this child like he's my own child. I don't know him. I hope he does well in life. I hope he's successful. I know he got the best grades in his whole class because that little boy ate. Okay.
No, he did. And so the biggest issue with this is
Lord have mercy.
one, obviously he had to get his lick back for Warner Brothers because what you mean I can't wear a costume?
What you mean I can't wear a costume? That's crazy.
That's one.
What are we at Disneyland?
Right. Two is all right. You dressed up as a very popular, like one of the top 10 grossing
Right.
movies, and it was in the name of the strike. Like your little
Whew.
short film was very much pro strike,
And
but
that's
you're
you
doing things
made a short film, which I guess independent content because Diddy ain't, with no networks and streamers.
true, true, and it
He
was
thought
a
he
parody.
thought he was A24. He
No, he
said
really did. I
because the
Yeah,
budget for that video is incredible. Okay, that's more money than he spent on any of the videos for the daggone album he released, Child of God.
it looked like he had the actual
Their stuff was
gadgets.
blowing up and child, it looked expensive. I mean, I enjoyed the album. That was no shade to the album. I
Mhm.
actually enjoyed Love Off the Grid. I'm gonna play it later today. It's a great album. Great R&B album. Many a vibes. Howsoever, I don't think we've gotten a lot of videos from it. And I'm just like, so did you take the video money for the album
Right.
and send it on Halloween? I just want
Yeah, no, it's a very interesting choice, but I
Mr.
mean,
Combs, I have questions.
we have many questions, many
Because
questions.
like you were saying, Caleb, it's like you did something like in the strike now, like you're clearly saying that you're in support of actors, and that's lovely. And Diddy is SAG, by the way, y'all. Like Diddy is a member of SAG. He's been in enough content that by now he has to be SAG. So the fact that you're in support of your union, but you're doing the exact thing they told you not to do, which is promoting struck work and using the promotion to tell them to end the strike, like at best it's just muddy. Like at best it's a very muddy thing where it's like you did a good thing inside of a bad thing,
Right.
and to a lot of people they're going to miss the good thing because of that. And technically you've pitched yourself as the next Batman, which I don't know why that was the choice that he made. I feel like he could be like a supervillain, but I wouldn't cast him as.
I mean, he was doing that last year, and they said don't do it again. So,
They did say don't do that mess again. So, well, I don't know, but it definitely is one of those things where I feel like I have seen a little bit of conversation about it. I think I've
mhm,
mostly been seeing non-industry folks like being like, "Oh, he dunked on them," and it's like
right.
he did, kind of. Like the petty in me
Hmm.
respects the
Oh,
strike now, and then with the petty in me loves that.
the petty in me is very thrilled,
But
very
the
satisfied.
the critically thinking actor, emerging talent in this industry goes, I see what you did, but if we just revise,
Right. Like it would have been equally petty to make your own superhero character and then just put it under I don't know White Brothers WB.
And you know, right? Cause especially because, like, you know, he calling himself Love now. You could have been the love monster, and love comes to save and bring. I don't know.
Yeah.
No. So my example, y'all know I love her. I love her dearly. Many people say that I look like her. Many people say that I sound like her. That we have similarities. And one day I would like to play sisters in a sitcom. That's as far as I'm going to go with that because I have specific casting and specific thoughts, but that's as far as I'm going to go with my thought there. But Miss Kiki Palmer, she dressed up as Tyra Banks's character from a movie that she did with Lindsay Lohan in the 90s. And I just, why, girl, why? Why, girl, why? You know better. You've been here long enough to know better. Why, girl, why?
Like she could have just went with some purses on her arms and been keep a bag Palmer for Halloween.
Child, come on. She could
But
have been a mother. She could have been Usher.
she that really would have been,
She could have just been Angela Bassett
but no.
at the Oscars or something. But she said, nah, let me go. She could have literally been, she could have even been Tyra Banks, America's Next Top Model.
Right. And the thing is, like, compared to Hallie and Megan Fox, those two, they obviously dressed up as characters from this struck work, but Halloween, okay. Kiki definitely made it a huge thing where it was basically recreating the movie poster. So
And she did a trailer as well. I think she like a trailer slash short as well with the little kid. Did the whole thing. Little black girl. Boop, boop, boop. Whole
so
thing.
that's what's making it extra like, I don't know if this was worth, promoting struck work.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is like, I think a lot of these costumes, like if we looked at them, excuse me, objectively, and we weren't thinking about the strike, well executed. You know what I'm saying? Like they were good costumes. You know what I also just thought about? You know what Chloe Bailey also dressed up as? Khaleesi from that show with the dragons.
That was despicable.
First of all, I was mad because people kept being like, when has she ever worn that? When has a doctor worn a G string? Because y'all be wearing them sexy doctor costumes, them sexy
With a
firefighter
lab coat,
costumes.
though. With a lab coat, that was
They,
nowhere in the realm of Khaleesi. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know. I don't watch the show. Everybody knows I'm very proud to say I didn't do the dragon, folks. That wasn't for me. Me personally, I liked the other shows on that network at the time. But that one wasn't for me. But I just thought about that. I was like, she really did a lot this year. But I think the thing is, like, objectively, a lot of these costumes I really did enjoy. I was like, oh, that was well executed. That's cute. Oh, that's a unique take on the theme. But at the end of the day, if we are in, not only are we in the middle of a SAG-AFTRA strike, we just ended a WGA strike. Yeah, IATSE, I know their contract comes up to negotiations in the next couple of years, like I think maybe 2 years or so.
Yeah.
And we're in the middle of strikes in so many other industries, and there's a recession that we are on the brink of.
And that's just in this country.
Did we really think that now was the time to go against our unions that are fighting to make sure that people can survive what's coming up in this country? I personally just think no. I think that there were other things that we could do. I think it would have been so much more powerful for all of these celebrities to do other things, especially because we know that some of the rappers and athletes and other people who are not SAG, we're still going to do some of these other costumes. Let them do that because that has nothing to do with you. But if you were a SAG member, whether you are a celebrity or not, whether you're somebody who is still auditioning or you just get offered roles, I just feel like it was very anti-union activity. I think it's very unfortunate, and I think that a lot of folks are not understanding that the platform that they have is so powerful that you are now undermining the efforts of SAG by doing what
Right.
you have done.
Because it is important for all actors, SAG members to stick together and show that unified front. It doesn't matter how small it is to costumes, because it's not just a matter of, okay, your fellow actors are seeing this like, oh, you guys don't care as much, okay, but the studios that we are protesting against,
Right.
they're
They're
going
still
to be
making
like,
money
oh,
from this.
look at this, they're crumbling, oh, now's our time to strike, like. And it seems ridiculous. And here's the thing: to everyone who's saying, "Yeah, but like it's Halloween, let them wear the costumes." We could give you a list right now of totally bomb costumes
Mm-hmm.
that weren't even touching the SAG restrictions.
Yeah.
One of my favorites, just because of like what the concept is, Jodie Turner Smith. She showed up as a literal cowgirl, part girl, part cowboy,
Cow.
and part cow. Yeah, my bad, not cowboy. Part girl was
Bitch, I'm a
obvious.
cow.
Part
Moo.
part cow, part girl. And yeah, like that. It's inventive. It's generic enough. It's not struck. So yeah, and
Some of my I mean, I have a couple favorites. I mean, we can kind of just kind of go through the list, but I thought Kerry Washington as Sha'Carri was the best. That was so good because she was herself. She put the carry in the carry, and then it was just like a cute, like it was a nod to a black woman who was an athlete who has gone through a lot in the media, and she reclaimed that and made it something to be positive and beautiful. Also, side note, as we talk about these athletes, all these little girls who have dressed up as Angel Reese have my heart. Everybody knows I love Angel Reese. I am a Maryland, well, I'm a DC, that's a complicated conversation. But as a DC Maryland girly, I love to see the Maryland girls win. Even if they're from Baltimore, I still love to see them win. And so to see all these little girls dressed up as Angel Reese, the best college basketball player across gender, period. I love to see it. Also, all the people who dressed up as Deion Sanders. I liked it. I enjoyed all the prime times because all you needed was a cowboy hat and a Colorado sweatshirt, and y'all ate that. Um, those are some other ones. I know Saweetie. Y'all know Saweetie is the queen of Halloween. I don't care what nobody says. Saweetie and Heidi Klum, them two always got the best Halloween costumes
mhm.
to me. Saweetie this year did a Kimora Lee Simmons baby fat ad from like the early 2000s. I thought they were the same person.
that that's
I mean,
how
they're both Blasian, so it does
Mhm.
work. But like,
Right.
I thought they were the same person. I thought that one was great. Saweetie, I'm sorry, I just said Saweetie.
Heidi Klum as a peacock, as a
Ate
literal
that.
peacock.
A
Last
little.
year, last year or the year before, she was like a worm. She embodies Halloween. Like it don't
She said
matter.
it took her 6 hours to get into that costume.
I believe it. That was a
I'm
lot
not
of work.
sitting there long.
And
I'm so sorry.
who actually gave Heidi Klum some competition this year as well?
Who?
Janelle Monáe. They
Who's
went as
Janelle Monáe?
they went as a chameleon,
I'm looking it up
and
now.
just like the realistic.
Why were they joking about her costume? I'm just opening a little link now. I don't like that. Oh, she upstaged Heidi. Oh, okay, that's why they was joking. Okay, continue your sentence. Oh, she ate that.
That's what
They
I'm
ate. Sorry,
saying.
they ate that. I got
No,
scared. I just jumped.
no,
You're
they
watching the video.
actually
That's why I jumped. I said, "Ooh."
they did their big one. Like,
They did their
all
big
right,
one. You know who else I enjoyed? And this one is like, again, the lines are hard, but Megan the Stallion as the flower from the animated Alice in Wonderland. And she did at some point, I can't remember if it was like in the photos or whatever, they posted her reference photo as the animated one, which is why I'm saying it. Ate that down. Ate that down so bad. Really enjoyed that one. Yeah. Really enjoyed that. There's so many good ones. Winnie Harlow as Cat Williams. Hilarious. Because not only did she do it, but then she dressed like did the video. Ate that. Ate that one.
and Ciara's Lil Wayne. I mean, Lil Wayne, that's a classic
Ciara,
man.
Caleb, Ciara,
Sierra, Sierra.
Sierra.
Listen, English language, all right? It's
I was like, who is Ciara?
listen. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, but my point is
But
that
there were so many options.
so many options. Like this is just a handful of infinite possibilities. So, well, not infinite, I guess. But our
The
point.
point is, there were many ways to celebrate Halloween that did not involve promoting struck work. There are ways to do it. Yes, it does require a little bit more thought. Yes, it might mean that you can't be the big trending thing of the year, but there were things you could do that were not promoting struck work, which means you made a choice. That's all I'm going to say about my
And
feelings on
now
that.
you have to live with it. And as of today of the recording, it is
Wednesday,
looking
November 1st.
Wednesday, November 1st. There are some promising looks from the SAG-AFTRA X Studios, offers and negotiating. So of course, fingers crossed, hands to God,
Hallelujah. Please,
let it
God.
be over.
I
But
just want people to go back to work. I want people to not be hungry. I want people to not be starving. I want people to be able to make television and movies and bring joy to the world through the art and the talents and the gifts that God has placed inside of them, and not have to keep marching outside in front of these studios. Because one thing, it's also about to get cold, and I don't want nobody getting sick because the studios don't want to give them no money.
right.
Mm, mm, mm. I haven't got angry. I just got hot thinking about it. Ooh. Mm-mm,
Well,
mm-mm.
this is our podcast episode today.
Very Hollywood Halloween.
A very very Hollywood Halloween. All right, try
Okay.
saying that 3 times fast.
Woo! A
We
tongue twister.
support
I'm
our
gonna add that to my tongue twisters for my warm up.
we support our unions, of
Absolutely.
course, and have a great day, have a great
Have a
night.
great rest of your day, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. As always, this is the No Sleep Till Hollywood podcast. It's your girl, Gaelyn D. Smith. You can follow me at G Smitty with 2 T's and 4 Y's on anything with an at symbol. And I'm bringing my YouTube channel back. So, YouTube/G Smitty. Or you can just search my name. But I have a vlog coming soon. And there are some shorts on there as well. Boom.
And my name is Caleb McDonald. Your favorite rapper who hasn't rapped
Are
in
you
years.
doing the Deion Sanders dances? What's going on here, right?
Your
It looks
favorite
like you're
rapper?
about to do the primetime shuffle.
Maybe we'll see. Follow me at Caleb Subtitles. You know how to spell it. It's in the subtitles. And have a
And
phenomenal day.
follow the
Follow the
podcast.
podcast.
Yeah.
And follow the podcast at No Sleep Till Holly.
Period. Yeah.
Have a good
All
morning.
right. Until next time. Good night. Good morning. Bonjour. Bonsoir. Adios. Bye, guys.